The Parthians regarded themselves as successors to the ancient Achaemenid Empire, and this was no coincidence. They established one of the most remarkable empires of antiquity, enduring for centuries while challenging the might of Rome and controlling crucial trade routes like the famed Silk Road. In this video, we'll explore the rise of the Parthians, their conflicts with Rome, and how they secured their place as a dominant power in the East after the fall of the Achaemenid Empire due to Alexander the Great's conquests. Persia experienced dramatic changes. Alexander's empire fragmented after his death in 323 BC, and the Seleucid Empire inherited much of Persia's lands. However, Seleucid control was fragile. Frequent uprisings and internal struggles weakened their hold, especially in northeastern Iran. Around 247 BC, a tribal leader named Arsaces I of the Parni took advantage of the chaos and seized Parthia from the Seleucids, founding the Parthian Empire. Default during the Third Syrian War 246 to 41 BC, while the Seleucids were distracted, Arsaces expanded his domain by annexing Hyrcania real digital art painting. Seleucid King Seleucus II retaliated, forcing Arsaces into exile. But Arsaces regrouped, returned with renewed strength, and reclaimed Parthia. Later, Seleucus II's successor Antiochus III tried to reassert control into 10 BC, but ultimately recognized Parthian autonomy in a settlement where Arsaces' successor was acknowledged as king, although under nominal Seleucid authority. This period of relative peace allowed the Parthians to strengthen their position under rulers like Phraates I and his brother Mithridates. The empire grew in strength. Mithridates I, in particular, was instrumental in transforming Parthia into a formidable power. He exploited instability in the Greco-Bactrian and Seleucid realms, capturing Media and advancing into Mesopotamia. By minting coins in Seleucia, he signaled Parthian dominance. Capitals like Nisa, Seleucia, and eventually Ctesiphon became major political centers. Mithridates I demonstrated political savvy by capturing Seleucid king Demetrius II and arranging a royal marriage. After his death, however, Parthia faced new threats. Nomadic tribes began pressing in from the east, and Phraates II died in battle. Nonetheless, the empire endured. Under Mithridates II, Parthia expanded both east and west, turning neighboring regions into vassals and controlling lucrative trade along the Silk Road, linking China with Rome. Their wealth and culture, blending Persian, Greek, and local elements, made Parthia a unique and prosperous power. Despite facing many rivals, Parthia's greatest challenge came from the Roman Republic. Their first encounter came around 90 BC when Roman proconsul Sulla met with Parthian envoy Robezus. The meeting was tense. Sulla claimed the central seat, symbolizing superiority. Although they agreed to use the Euphrates River as the border, Orobazus was executed upon return for allowing Sulla to appear dominant and affront to Parthian dignity. Meanwhile, Sulla was also criticized for underestimating Parthia's strength. Tensions rose in 69 BC when Roman general Lucullus invaded Armenia, angering Parthia, which viewed Armenia as a key Bua state. Though this didn't lead to immediate war, it intensified rivalry. By 66 BC, Pompey, one of Rome's leading generals, tried to form a joint campaign with Parthian king Phraates III against Armenia. However, Pompey refused to recognize Phraates' royal titles or Parthia's territorial claims. Although Mesopotamia remained Parthian, Rome gained influence in Osrhoene. In 53 BC, Roman politician Marcus Licinius Crassus invaded Mesopotamia in search of glory and riches. He disastrously underestimated his opponents. At the Battle of Carrhae, his army of 42,000 was annihilated by Parthian general Serenor. Crassus and his son were killed, and the Parthians captured Rome's sacred legionary standards. This humiliating defeat was commemorated with mockery in Parthia, reportedly including the public parody of Crassus. Still, Parthian king Orodes executed Serena out of fear of his growing popularity. In 50 BC, Prince Pacorus and General of Saces led a renewed invasion into Syria, besieging Roman forces in Antioch. Cicero, then governor of Cilicia, intervened with 2 legions and repelled the invaders. Saces was killed and Pacorus retreated. During the Roman Civil War between Caesar and Pompey, Parthia stayed neutral but leaned toward Pompey after his defeat. They supported Caesar's enemies, again this time Brutus and Cassius, who lost at Philippi in 40 BC. With their Roman allies defeated, the Parthians turned to direct conquest. In 40 BC, Pacorus and the Roman defector Quintus Labienus invaded Syria, swiftly capturing most cities and toppling Rome's client rulers. In Judea, they overthrew Hyrcanus and installed Antigonus. For a moment, it looked like Parthia might dominate Rome's eastern provinces. Rome responded quickly. Mark Antony dispatched General Ventidius, who defeated Labienus in Anatolia and crushed the Parthians in Syria. Pacorus was killed in 38 BC. Antony later invaded Armenia and tried to strike into Parthia in 36 BC, but the Parthians destroyed his siege engines, and his Armenian allies betrayed him. Forced into retreat, Antony abandoned the campaign. In 33 BC, he tried to ally with the Medes, but failed due to political upheaval in Rome. Following Antony's defeat and Octavian's rise as Emperor Augustus in 27 BC, Parthia faced a stronger, more stable Rome. Augustus favored diplomacy over warfare, especially in Armenia. In 20 BC, Augustus secured the return of Rome's captured standards from King Phraates for a major propaganda victory that symbolized Rome's resurgence. While tensions eased, rivalries remained. In 58 AD, Parthian king Vologases I tried to install his brother Tiridates on the Armenian throne, defying Rome and reigniting conflict. This marked a new chapter in the long, complex history of Rome and Parthia, two great empires whose rivalry would shape the ancient world for centuries to come.